Right now, what I'm seeing with the Black Stars, and then I say, when the Black Stars are in the dungeon, playing dirty, trying to qualify, playing difficult teams like playing Angola, playing Cameroon, playing Ivory Coast, teams that really tackle hard-hitting teams, some players are told to stay home, be comfortable, play their normal league, and that when they finish doing the dirty job, they bring some players to come and go to the Mundial. That is the problem with the Black Stars. And I'm beginning to see that. We are all beginning to see, say, monkey the job, baboon the chop, no, and air creepy into the Black Stars. From the time I get to Kreku about Black Stars, that's what they've been doing. There are some players, they don't need to worry too much. They don't need to be part of the team to go through the most difficult part of qualifiers. Play hard, get hurt, come back, try to recover. There are some players that they are told to stay home. They are the dada beasts. Ni say your Black Star, yeah, did that so our mobile World Cup, no, and the omobo friendly match at the omumpomu and coach so tactics are Sibio Yako World Cup, Okobo, and any experience or what you need to yendin jao. But Madame Fubu, Sibio, only the Debut Diana, or so Yankopon, we need to into Widia, Yendinja, so one Casabeja, home, maybe with the Nea Wasam. I didn't the any tube and a Yendinja, Ghana, any a year wills for Abo 1-1. To me, if you ask me, I would say, it was a fair result or fair score line. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted here. All right, Mr. I have it. Yeah, I think, Mr. Can you add a note to this for me? These two letters, add a note to it, please. We didn't discuss it during our editorial, so please add a note to it so that I'll know what to put on the screen. In the end, in Black Star, I'm a catcher Ghana for say a year, you're sharing in your radio, media, me who say, it's okay. There's still the team is still lacking experience. There are a few players we need to get them in the media. Without the day this Black Star is not complete. It does not mean the Black Star should not perform. It does not mean I don't support every single player who has been called to play for the Black Stars. To me, I feel the team lacks a lot of experience and yes, time will be, but this is how we feel and this is what we know after watching soccer. And your mom TV so you know soccer on some another sports and just only sports with Abi and there a juma na their mom so munye. And you'll be no teacher and you pet teacher juma and you'll be no driver pet driver juma. Circumstances to me man permit to be a commentator and as I'm a sports analyst. So those sitting on TV and radio every day speaking on sports or soccer and the mom expertise on that field. No, we all watch, we all understand. Madam Fubesie yenimubo ensu yenimhwe. So I feel that this is a good team. It's okay. It is not that team that we think can go to the World Cup and pull some serious surprises. You can see clearly it's a team with potential. There are some players who are willing to prove themselves to the world and to the coach. You could see the cohesion is there a little bit, not really sharp. And the team lacks experience. Some of the interventions of the players make both cut through. Attacking pressure. There are a few things you could see. They are basic mistakes. But hey, these are the players that the coach feels. Or need GFA boss no say they have to be called to the Black Stars. To me, I would say team players are more match and to me, one who can say more min rate I can put them around 7.5 to 8. They didn't do bad, but comparing the kind of teams amount for a building now for the World Cup, I feel this team still needs a little bit of bite, a little bit of experience. And you see, the World Cup or the Mundial is a totally different thing. The World Cup is not about the good players you bring. It's about the players we know. It's about the experience that comes with the players you bring. Because the Mundial is totally different. Coaches, referees. It is basically like you going to the Ghana Music Awards. And yet, Obi Otunyo Ghana Music Awards biana etumi enya award osro. Obo or a very good power, but Music Awards no yamboni din kra. Ebia na manager enim eye charter house for. Ebia na manager our connections. Ebia Onimukofobia omo sa industry no a he can pull on 1 or 2 strings to get the musician up there to be given an award. So musician performing and I say the Juma, you can see this musician lacks a lot of things, and that is what maybe we are seeing with this Black Star team. The Mundial, the World Cup is a totally different platform. When you are sending players to the World Cup, you might have one of the best teams, but you see experience and World Cup comes with something like its own aura, its own kind of pressure that comes with it. Now, the reason why some teams, they decide to send some players or take some players with them, not because those players are in form or those players are exceptionally sharp and I said they are playing competitively. No. the World Cup is strategic. It's a tournament you are playing. And playing tournament is different from playing a year league. So you are strategic. Matches to be about 2 matches. Now the star players because he's being strategic or calculating the next 2 games or kobo or here 1 or 2 points from there into the first game. Now one of the key players now started. The next game the key players started because Savvy a strategic. So it's not about going there, jumping, going back and forth, running all over the place. No, because the Mundial itself is business for some people. And remember, every single team there's commerce in it, there are interest in it. There are people who basically need some teams to cross the quarterfinals to the semifinals, whether you like it or not. That is how it works. Because right now, your World Cup, not in the first round. Argentina film, first round. Germany film, first round. England film, first round. Those teams the World Cup, that amount of money that the World Cup is going to generate, basically, is not going to be realized. That kind of eyeballs that media houses, TVs, commercials those commercials are all going to diminish. So you have to understand, there is the business part of the World Cup. And the business part of the World Cup is the kind of product that can sell the kind of players that can sell the World Cup product. And sometimes, your Nations Cup, your World Cup, there are some players here do commercials for some companies, not because other players who look good or look nice are good, but they need the brand. They need that thing. Every single thing you are selling, you need something that can sell it. Into celebrity ad. It is because of what that celebrity brings. So when people like us sit here and tell you, you know what, you need some names in your national team. Sadio Mane, he could have chosen not to play this World Cup, but there's a reason. Messi has seen everything in soccer. He's tired. He could have chosen not to play this World Cup. Ronaldo could have stayed back, but the teams need them. Neymar was called not because Neymar is super fit. Neymar was called because when you go to the pitch, about 80% to 90% of the spectators there, they know Neymar. Their scream, their cheers, sometimes can confuse the referee to just make some mistake. And so that's what happens. That's the Mundial. And so I think the Brazilian coach, he was told that you can't take this Brazilian team, you need any superstar in there. With all due respect to the other players, they are good. They are playing the Madrids, they are Barças and all that. But they were telling him, the market is that we need somebody who is in there. Referee Krabi, he wished one day he would just call Neymar and say, you are warned, don't do this again. He just wants to do that. Sometimes when you're going to these games, into these kind of tournaments, you need experienced players. Anytime they be a man for you, say, oh, Kevin, there, why did I you? Every time. No, it is because of what they bring. It is because of what they bring. It's because, Mr. S, it is because of what they bring to the Mundial. The Mundial is the Mundial. You need to understand this. We are forgetting the business part of the World Cup. When we went to South Africa, and I think after South Africa, where did we go? You saw, we had Tornado at the bench. Tornado wasn't at his peak. Tornado wasn't like the Tornado we used to know before South Africa. But there was a reason why players like Tornado and some other players were added to the team. Not because they were exceptional. It was because Ghana had to come with some kind of image beer. It basically the Mundial wants to see. I believe, we dropping some experienced players, these young players, wonderful players, beautiful, very talented players. And I respect all of them. I respect their trade. Today, they put out a Ghana performance whereby you can see every single person wants to go to the World Cup. And that is the hunger we need. That is that taste that we want to see. People are hungry to be part of a team to go and make Ghana proud. But what I saw today is that this is a team that is basically lacking leadership and experience. That's all. When you take out Jordan Ayew, when you take out Partey, who else? You bring Baba Rahman in. We saw his performance. I'm not here to judge players. I'm not here to say player where they were Satu, Memfanenko. No. Every player and how they take every single game. Some players, some game you to be some other games to be good. So player form is not consistent. If you know soccer, a good player can perform badly today. The next day he will perform. So I'm not looking at, but we are looking at consistency. We are looking at the platform we are going to play on. We are looking at the business part of it, what the World Cup means. Let us sit back and really look at the team again. Let us sit back and the politics we are doing with the Black Stars is wrong. Eh? Right now, what I'm seeing with the Black Stars, and then they say, what people are beginning to do, and they say, when the Black Stars are in the dungeons, playing dirty, trying to qualify, playing difficult teams like playing Angola, playing Cameroon, playing Ivory Coast, teams that really tackle, hard-hitting teams, some players are told to stay home, be comfortable, play their normal league, and that when they finish doing the dirty job, they bring some players to come and go to the Mundial. That is the problem with the Black Stars. And I'm beginning to see that. We are all beginning to see, say, monkey the job, baboon the chop, no, and air creepy into the Black Stars. And it's been there from the time Ketokreku about Black Stars, and that's what they've been doing. There are some players, they don't need to worry too much. They don't need to be part of the team to go through the most difficult part of qualifiers. Play hard, get hurt, come back, try to recover. There are some players that they are told to stay home. They are the Dada Bees. They are the Dada Bees. They don't take part in the most difficult part, the qualifiers. They don't do that. The moment the team qualifies, that's when we get to see those players who are basically in charge of the team. And it is dangerous. It makes some players feel, say, they are doing dirty job. At the end of the day, they will do all the dirty job, and the database will be called because they know the GFA boss. They know the GFA, what other committee. Somebody has a team. And that thing needs to stop. And that is what we are seeing here. This is not a bad team, but if this team is not able to make it to where we want it to make it, then it means it is our own mistake. It is our own fault because the team lacks leadership. The team does not have any aura. It does not have gas around it. The team is regular. It plays. Money Wills boy, how many players do you know Wills team? But if Bill was still playing, every single player would have been like, hey, Bill, Gary Bill, or whatever, what's his name? He's playing, we should be. That is what teams bring. That is what national teams bring. Every single person following their national team is following the national team because there are some players there that drag them. That's the magnet. That is what gives them the confidence. So many people are happy that Semenyo is in here because today, one of the top players around the world is Semenyo. So many people are happy because they are seeing Jordan Ayew. They are seeing Partey. That is what they need. Now, you need more of that. And then you support it with young people who can basically push the team. Because you call a World Cup in 2010 World Cup. Not the day not Jordan. This I don't even know who. They were all young, but they were following the Tornadoes. They were following the Samoa Jazz. They were following the John Mansons because we need a face. But I say we still have players who should not be washed out by force. And we can clearly see that what Ketokreku, the GFA, some members in there are doing to Dedayo is deliberate. It is. Amanfobi Amajun said they are not going to make Dedayo go to the World Cup out of pain, anger. It is politics. This match we watched, some match we are saying, you can't tell me that Dedayo should not fit into this Black Stars team. But you see, before this coach was brought in, some people went to this coach to brainwash him that don't ever bring Dede Ayew to your club, to the national team. I know that is what happened. But the coach himself, he knows today he will just watch and be like, I need something in the team. I need experience in the team. Because some referees, they need some well-known players to walk to them, to talk to them that, Mr. Referee, the way you are throwing your hands around, you need to, there are some referees, they understand some players. None of our players was seen as too influential for a referee to even look at and say, hey, he just saw everybody as a second division player. When Jordan walks off, when Partey walks off, when Inaki walks off, when Semenyo walks off, that's it, we are done. There's no leadership again. There's no experience again. We can't always rely on pace. We can run and run and run, but somebody is going to use just experience to beat you. That is the 2026 soccer. It is not about how long you run or how fast you run. It is about you, your team knowing what to do. So, congratulations to them. I still believe, said the team is too political. Monkey the work, Babu the chop thing should stop. I am not saying that you should come into the Black Stars and start and play 90 minutes. No. That is what some of you people don't understand. Neymar is not going to play 90 minutes for Brazil. He's not. Messi might not play 90 minutes for Argentina. Cristiano Ronaldo might not play 90 minutes for Portugal. You need to get that in your head. Roger Milla went to the US 94 World Cup. He did not play 90 minutes for the Cameroonian team. Roger Milla was the face of the Cameroonian team when they went to US 94. And we saw it. Cameroon from nowhere became one of the most watched team at that event. That is what World Cup is about. And through that, they were able to pierce through. So sometimes we need to understand the song dems and those guys who play for Cameroon. This is the World Cup. This is not an academy event. You need influence on the pitch. You need people who can control the team on the pitch. You need a player who can look at somebody's face and say, today you are not performing. Put yourself in the game. We need something like that. These are players who are the same. Nobody can talk to each other for them to understand that they need leadership on this pitch. So we need experienced players, my friend. I'm going to say my mind. I have no issues with anyone. Say, team when they call World Cup now, we will support it. Because that's the decision of Keto Kreku. That is the decision of our coach. Our job is to support. Our job is to cheer them on. Our job is to pray for them to make sure, say, they win. Nobody gets hurt seriously for their career to end. Our job is to make sure we protect them physically, spiritually, and then emotionally. That is our job. But if you guys are not going to listen to us, if you guys are going to turn this into a serious money-making adventure, we are watching. The right time come, we go see. Akoko to bia edebungu akoko kro. So oya koko kuncha and oya santo koko. And I say oya srim koko. We will know at the end of the day. Thank you very much, guys. Good game today. I really appreciate the effort you guys have put in. At least this is better than we have seen before. We hope you guys will improve on your performance today. And as time goes on, we will see what happens. All right. Now, good evening to Obia Oshemi. I really appreciate Obia. Edian Ekoso Amenti ya nipe biki kansam. Hey, Blacks Ghana. Any sikasam, boy. Now, team, ena de adoso, mumia fan wom. This story is very, very important, and I say it's important because it affects every single African, especially Ghanaians who want to come to the United States. Trump administration considering slashing U.S. visa processing centers in Africa from 50 to 20 countries. AP reported this. You see the Donald Trump administration, the American government, my president, President Trump, the administration almost consider say the whole of Africa, no, almost embassies by 50. Right now, they are thinking of cutting it down to 20. The probability is say, Ghana, yentuminya opportunity to be in the 20, no, very high. The probability is say, Nigeria, omunya embassy or Nigeria, U.S. embassy, no, it might be high. The probability say the other African countries are yenim some more U.S. embassy or what a man for bekoho akoji visa ako Americano, and you might think say this one and family you know why? Because you see, say a kati embassy down from 50 to 20, the whole of Africa. What is going to happen is one, it is going to force other nationals to come to Ghana to at the end of the day try and seek the American visa here to travel. Which means that our system, the processing of issuing passport, people will try to infiltrate our interior system, our system of basically issuing passports, touching how the passport applications are filed. Remember, Ghana for the corrupt. There are a lot of people in Ghana who are very corrupt, and that. And you'll be able to meet corruption, and you'll be able to avoid the bribery. So what happens? And then they say you will get a lot of neighboring countries. So that is say Ghana embassy. No, you can say it will still be an American embassy or Ghana issue visas. What is going to happen is say our neighboring countries. Most of them embassies near someone to be issue visa. The only place those people will be turning to is Ghana, and the probability of that. Era Ghana to influence the system so that they could get Ghanaian documentation or Ghanaian passport or whatever that is that can give them the access to get visas from Ghana. It will be high. That means there will be pressure on our system. That means some conformity, some ba no mukuteska. say omu immigration officers 10 ebi ombenya miensa, meaning 3 Ghanaians who would have gotten a passport or would have gone through the process, no. You benya 3 foreigners taking over those slots, and it becomes very difficult for a yeni Ghana for no. And this is a very big deal. Don't think this will not affect you. It will get to a point say you're lucky na the only country in this sub-Saharan region you issue American visa. It means everybody around the sub-Saharan region will be targeting Ghana. Meaning, Sameko Ghana, na Sametumia Ghana's passport, ebia betumia American visa. Sametumia Ghana, na metumia Ghana card, ebia Ghana passport. Sametumia Ghana, na menya Ghana health insurance card, ebia betumia we. So what happens is they might all come in here. I'm talking about Ghana. And then there will be pressure on our institutions that are supposed to make sure, say, our identification system, no, whether passport, Ghana card, or whatever that makes somebody a Ghanaian, no, if we don't take care, these people come in and then they will infiltrate to the point where corruption, let's say, a system, no. So you might come across 10 Nigerians, don't put a Ghana passport. You might come across 15 people, not 12, Togolese, and I say omuye ebia Beninois, and I say omuye ebia Cameroonians. No mukuta Ghana passport. No, when you 2 Ghanaians pay mukuta Ghana passport, because the moment they start to turn to make Ghana their last resort to be able to get visa from the US embassy, no, they will try to take advantage of what is making to make it easy for the American government or the US embassy to accept them or listen to them even during the interview. So this is very dangerous. So American government in the 50 mu 20 pe like I say. Now imagine say we are Ghana ni. Now you say right now this new law no Ghana for ain't to me Emma visa. I'm talking about the US embassy in Ghana. They can't give visas. You have to go to Nigeria.